Sawadika, hello and welcome to ASEAN Challenge, the show to give you the headlines, hot topics and updates happening around your ASEAN community in two languages, Thai and English. I'm Rosalind Tepawan.
And I'm Alisa สิทธิวงศ์ขอต้อนรับคุณผู้ชมทุกท่านเข้าสู่รายการ ASEAN Challenge ค่ะข่าวสารรอบอาเซียนทั้งภาษาอังกฤษและภาษาไทย
And to kick off our show in ASEAN around us, let's take a look at some of the most important trends involving street food. When you think of ASEAN, you have to think of the different delectable delights out there around our community. And this time, we have a new book coming out by a celebrity chef from Vietnam to share with you.
That's right. So actually, this Vietnamese chef has a very interesting background to himself as well. His name is Luc Nguyen, and his new book is called Street Food Asia. He combines all the highlights and his favorite locations for street food particularly. Now, he himself is a Vietnamese Australian, but he was born in a refugee camp in Thailand. So he has a very interesting background to himself, and I'm pretty sure that he knows his way around the ASEAN community and in terms of street food. So for those of you who want to travel within various locations within the ASEAN bloc, of course, and most importantly, one thing that you have to come and see for yourself is the different types of food, and the local street food is like the most highlighted things that tourists around the world like. So today what we're going to do is we're going to recommend just some of the few foods or locations that this chef has recommended, specifically in Saigon, in Kuala Lumpur, and in Jakarta. So เดี๋ยวเรามาดูกันนะคะว่าในช่วงนี้นะคะในช่วง ASEAN Around Us เราจะพาคุณผู้ชมไปดูในส่วนของ Street Food หรือว่าอาหารที่ท้องถิ่นเขาชอบกินกันนั่นเองนะคะซึ่งมีเชฟชื่อดังท่านหนึ่งนะคะชื่อลุคนูเยนนั่นเองค่ะเป็นชาวสัญชาติเวียดนามออสเตรเลียนะคะคนนี้นะไม่ใช่แค่เพียงเป็นลูกครึ่งแต่ว่าเกิดในค่ายลี้ภัยของประเทศไทยด้วยซ้ำคนนี้นะคะเขาก็ได้เขียนหนังสือออกมาที่เราเห็นอยู่ณขณะนี้ค่ะ Street Food Asia นั่นเองก็จะเป็นการรวมอาหารสตรีทฟู้ดที่เขาชอบเพราะฉะนั้นใครที่อยากจะมาท่องเที่ยวเอเชียเนี่ยก็สามารถที่จะไปอ่านดูวันนี้เราก็มีมาแนะนำให้กับคุณผู้ชมก็มีบางที่นะคะไม่ว่าจะเป็นจากไซงอนกัวลาลัมเปอร์กับจาการ์ตาเดี๋ยวเราไปดูกันว่ามีอะไรบ้างค่ะ
ใช่ค่ะสิ่งแรกนะคะที่ทางคุณลูกได้แนะนำจากประสบการณ์ของเขาเองนะคะเขาก็ไปเที่ยวท่องเที่ยวหลายประเทศทั่วอาเซียนแล้วเขาก็ออกมาแนะนำหลายอย่าง The first one to recommend from his new book is silkworm noodles coming from Vietnam with shredded pork and coconut milk which they call ban tam mi.
That one sounds really good. Interesting. So
right.
A little bit more about this popular dish here. Now, it's not actually made from silkworms,
right.
but
it just looks like it.
It looks like it. It's thick noodles, which resembles silkworm, and that's hence the name, of course, where it comes from. It gives it an exotic feeling to it as well. So it's a popular dish in Saigon and across southern Vietnam. It's not very easy to find. So if you want to have this particular dish, you have to go into this area.
Right. But what it is, if you take a closer look there, it's a combination of rice flour and tapioca flour that's coated with thick coconut milk sauce, drizzled again with generous quantities of what they call the local nuoc cham sauce, served with shredded pork, pork skin, bean sprouts all cooked with cucumbers, fresh herbs, pickled vegetables, and spring onion as well with oil. And so it's a combination of both sweet and savory, so somewhere in between an entree and a dessert. So something definitely new to try when you visit Saigon
นั่นแหละค่ะอันดับแรกที่เราจะมาแนะนำในวันนี้นะคะถ้าใครได้ไปเวียดนามโดยเฉพาะในย่านไซงอนนั่นเองค่ะอาหารที่ขึ้นชื่อเลยทีเดียวนะคะก็คืออาหารชื่อดังที่มีชื่อว่าก๋วยเตี๋ยวเฝอผัดกะทินะคะมันก็จะเป็นเฝอผัดกะทิที่ราดหน้าด้วยหมูสไลด์นะคะแล้วก็หนังหมูอีกต่างหากหอมกลิ่นกะทิเครื่องเทศแล้วก็ผักมีทั้งรสหวานรสเค็มสไตล์เวียดนามนะคะแล้วถือว่าเป็นอาหารที่หายากทีเดียวเลยเพราะฉะนั้นใครที่ได้ไปไซงอนนะคะ ก็ต้องแนะนำว่าให้ไปชิมค่ะ
ใช่ค่ะก็นับว่าอันนี้ก็เป็นจานเด็ดอีกจานหนึ่งนะคะ but there's more still in Saigon we have another dish that you must try going to Saigon it's a dish called rice paper rolls with grilled lemongrass and beef betel leaves which is also a very ASEAN staple in Thailand as well but this is a special local food where you can find it only in District 1 in Saigon where there's one guy so far who cooks this dish locally with local techniques you could say and local innovation using just a basic char grill in other words but the leaves are quite interesting because in Vietnam they love to cook them whereas in Thailand people love to chew them raw so it's quite interesting.
So it's quite interesting. As for the ingredients that's involved in this dish, of course, it includes minced beef, lemongrass, garlic, fish sauce, and coriander as well. It's rolled neatly in the leaves to make it small, tight rolls, which are then grilled, as you mentioned, that they grill the rolls, as we can see at the moment now.
For people who love to chow down on Vietnamese food, this type of dish is quite popular where the various leaves, the betel leaves, are rolled with, say, chicken or grilled pork, but this one is a bit different. So with this, you can eat these little packages themselves in lots of ways. It kind of almost looks like seaweed, don't you think?
Yeah, it actually does.
But here, what they do in Vietnam, of course, they shape them into baguette-like shapes, and you can eat them say with rice paper, you can eat them with noodles, and you can also eat them with their very trademark vinegar sauce with turnip and carrots as well.
So you're going to get like a slightly sour edge to it if you have it in that way.
Right.
So it's kind of a nice barbecue dish if you want something slightly on the more pleasant citrusy, not citrusy, but more of a sour, zesty edge to it, then you can try with that as well.
Anyone hungry yet?
I'm starting to get hungry. เอาละค่ะมาดูกันต่อนะคะในเมนูที่2เรายังอยู่กันที่ไส้งอนนั่นเองค่ะก็อีกหนึ่งเมนูที่จะแนะนำนะคะคนไทยอาจจะรู้จักข้าวห่อใบเมี่ยงอยู่แล้วแต่ว่าหรือว่าใบพลูนั่นเองค่ะแต่ว่าอันนี้ก็จะมีความแตกต่างเล็กน้อยนะคะอันนี้นะคะก็จะประกอบไปด้วยข้าวเนื้อตะไคร้กระเทียมน้ำปลาขิงนะคะแล้วก็จะเสิร์ฟในใบตองทานคู่กับผักนานาชนิดถือว่าทั้งอร่อยแล้วก็มีประโยชน์ด้วยค่ะ
Taking a look at what's going on in Jakarta, especially in Jakarta, these vendors you see around the local food areas, around the street stalls, one of the most popular dishes they love to grill there as well are the chicken satay skewers, with spicy peanut sauce, which is a dish that's also popular all around ASEAN, but here one of the most popular. You could see the smiles of the vendors here as they fan away their smoking grills and their skewers of chicken.
That's right. Something that makes it special or more distinctively Jakarta-style chicken satay skewer is that they tend to be smaller, so therefore it's grilled all the way through. And you can see the vendors being able to pick up as many as 20 beautifully threaded satay sticks at one time, as we can see at the moment here. So they're quite small, easy to pick up, and easy to grill around, and these are then submerged into a dark sticky marinade, then put straight onto the grill, and then that is of course served with some side dishes and as well as a nice sauce. So the sticks are plated with sticky rice cakes and crispy fried shallot. It has a peanut sauce that is it goes very well with the taste of the skewer as well. So I could imagine the smell around these barbecue grills being very nice.
It must smell amazing. Looking at those fans of chicken and mutton makes me hungry already. But what's interesting as well is by looking at the foods of different countries, you can see a lot of overlap in cultural heritage as well. So food is also definitely a cultural heritage, including this dish. มาดูกันนะคะประเทศอินโดนีเซียที่เมืองจาการ์ตานะคะเมืองหลวงตอนนี้ก็เห็นหลายคนกำลังจะพัดควันนะคะที่ออกมาจากไก่สะเต๊ะนั่นเองซึ่งเป็นจานเด็ดอีกจานหนึ่งของประเทศอินโดนีเซียซึ่งคล้ายประเทศไทยด้วยนะคะ
ค่ะแต่ว่าไก่สะเต๊ะของเขาเนี่ยจะมีลักษณะที่อาจจะไม้ยาวหน่อยแล้วก็ในส่วนของตัวเนื้อไก่เนี่ยค่ะก็จะเป็นชิ้นเล็กๆหน่อยอันนี้ไม่ใช่เป็นเพราะว่าเขาต้องการที่จะเสิร์ฟน้อยๆนะแต่เขาต้องการให้เขาสามารถที่จะ ปิ้งได้อย่างทั่วถึงนะคะเนื้อจะได้สุกอย่างเท่าเทียมกันอันนี้นะคะก็มักจะเสิร์ฟไปด้วยแน่นอนอยู่แล้วมันก็จะต้องมีน้ำจิ้มสเต๊ะที่เราคุ้นเคยจากไทยเหมือนกันนะคะก็ต้องไปลองดูว่าสเต๊ะของอินโดนีเซียกับสเต๊ะของไทยนั้นมีความแตกต่างกันยังไงก็อย่างที่คุณโรสลินบอกว่าวัฒนธรรมเนี่ยมันมักจะค่อนข้างที่จะข้ามไปข้ามมามีความคล้ายเคียงกันเนาะเราก็เป็นชาวอาเซียนด้วยกันก็อาหารก็เป็นสิ่งหนึ่งที่เราอาจจะแชร์ร่วมกันเหมือนกัน
ค่ะแล้วก็ชื่อนะคะก็ต่างกันด้วยชื่อที่จาการ์ตาหรือว่าอินโดนีเซียชื่อสเต๊ะอายามแต่ก็สเต๊ะเหมือนกันนะเนาะBut still, in Jakarta, let's take a look at another dish that's also very popular right now that you must order when you head to the big city there. Smashed chicken with green chili sambal, also called ayam penyet, from, you could say, a northern Javan dish, which is also very famous for their traditional fried foods. In this area, in East Javan, a lot of people love their foods fried and grilled and baked, mostly fried.
This one is especially good for those of you who like spicy food
because
this one includes a lot of chili. In the ingredient itself has a lot of chili and it's served with chili itself as well. So it's chicken, of course. They use chicken Maryland pieces. It's marinated with tons of spices and then it's deep fried and to make it especially crispy. Now, what they also do is that they also deep fry a handful of green chilies until it's soft and then they pound them, including some salt and some other ingredients to make it into a vibrant green paste. So in the ingredients, as mentioned, it has a lot of chilies. We can see that in the screen at the moment now in the image there. And then it's put in the stove and it's served with, we can say, even more chili.
Oh my goodness. So we can say in conclusion that this dish is not for the faint of heart, for those who have iron stomachs and love to experiment with super chili dishes, then this one is one not to miss.
And also, of course, we have to mention that Asian chilies tend to be very spicy as it is.
Right. Small but spicy and strong.
That's right. เอาละค่ะมาดูกันต่อนะคะในกรุงจาการ์ตานะคะอีกหนึ่งเมนูสำหรับใครที่ชอบทานอาหารรสจัดรสเผ็ดนะคะอันนี้อาจจะเป็นเมนูที่หลายคนชอบเป็นทีเดียวอันนี้นะคะก็คือข้าวไก่ทุบนั่นเองค่ะก็เสิร์ฟคู่กับถั่วลันเตาผัดนะคะเมนูนี้ก็เป็นเมนูที่เป็นเมนูเด็ดของจาการ์ตานะคะเน้นความอร่อยของไก่ที่ทอดกรอบนะคะนำมาเสด็จน้ำมันแล้วก็ทุบนะคะเสิร์ฟพร้อมกับข้าวอบกะทิแล้วก็โรยด้วยเครื่องเทศที่สำคัญนะคะมีพริกเยอะมากในนี้
ใช่ค่ะก็ทั้งน้ำจิ้มแล้วก็ทั้งพริกเองนะคะได้ปนไปกับทุกส่วนของจานนี้แต่ว่านับว่าเด็ดนะคะก็จะเป็นจานที่มาจากภาคEast Java นั่นเองซึ่งก็แถวนั้นก็จะนิยมการทอดอาหารนะคะเคยไปครั้งหนึ่งเขาก็ให้เลือกอาหารจากตะกร้าจากนั้นนะคะเขาก็ให้ไปทอดใหม่เขาก็มันทอดอยู่แล้วนะคะเขาก็ไปทอดอีก
เพื่อให้มันกรอบแล้วก็ร้อน
กรอบใช่อร่อยมากๆค่ะ But taking a look at another country now moving from Indonesia let's head over to see what's going on in Kuala Lumpur or Malaysia on the food front here. Another dish or a dish popular there is the banana leaf rice or what they locally call Nasi Kandar, which is another popular dish food you could pretty much find anywhere.
That's right. So this one here, it's a dish in which is it consists of steamed rice plus an assortment of curries and a complement of large fresh banana leaves. Now this one of course comes from more of like an Indian cultural side, so it has a little bit of a curry taste to it as well. So for those of you who want that mixture of the Asian rice and Indian curry side, then you can try this menu.
Right, all around ASEAN we could see the use of banana leaves, betel leaves, and curry all over here. So with this though, there's a specific way people eat these apparently. What you see here is a shot of a matriarch cook and cooking in the local area for over 2 decades here. Her tasty curries are one of the most popular and she's one of the aunties who's been working in this particular area for a long time. So they would scoop the rice onto leaves that go around pickles, papadums, dal, chutneys, maybe even a boiled egg, then curries over that, and also other sauces.
That's right. So this place that we're currently seeing at the moment is considered the go-to place according to this book, and it's called Usha's, and which is a food stall on Jalan Othman in the Old Town area, not too far away from Kuala Lumpur's city center. So as you can see, this is the go-to place if you want to have this menu, according to this book here that we're recommending today.
Right, The Street Food of Asia by Luke Nguyen. So another favorite of his that he recommends. Moving on to another dish, another favorite here, as well แต่ว่าก่อนอื่นนะคะมาแปลก่อนนิดนึงนะคะเป็นจานเด็ดอีกจานหนึ่งนะคะจากประเทศมาเลเซียนั่นเองซึ่งก็มีส่วนคล้ายอาเซียนประเทศไทยด้วยนะคะจะใช้จะใช้ผัดข้าวผัดนะคะกับแกงกะหรี่นั่นเอง
ใช่ค่ะก็มีความคล้ายกับไทยมีความคล้ายกับอินเดียเพราะเราจะมีเครื่องเทศเยอะนะคะโดยเฉพาะแกงกะหรี่นั่นเองรสชาติเนี่ยถือว่าละมุนนะคะแล้วก็มีรสชาติกลิ่นสมุนไพรด้วยที่ทางหนังสือนี้ได้แนะนำว่าควรจะไปเลยนะคะก็เป็นร้านที่มีชื่อว่าร้านอุชาอยู่ในย่านเมืองเก่านั่นเองค่ะซึ่งไม่ได้ไกลจากกัวลาลัมเปอร์มากเท่าไหร่นัก
เจ้าของร้านก็ทำอาหารที่นี่เป็น20 ปีแล้วนะคะเราก็มั่นใจได้ว่าอร่อยแน่นอนค่ะ but we move on to another dish still in Malaysia as we mentioned it's called the wonton mee babi salai so it sounds very you can recognize the keywords wonton and there you go mee
that's right for those of you who know Thai of course so basically it's your egg noodles mee and some wonton as well and it's a classic street food that you can find in Kuala Lumpur so we can see that wonton is something that you can find in several Asian countries not just ASEAN itself but in Asian countries as a whole but it has its slight differences in different locations so this one here is of course egg noodles and it's topped with an almost black sauce made from soy sauce and sesame oil and lard and it's served with of course some pork char siu or Cantonese barbecue pork as well and in which has some vegetables.
Right, and you also get a small bowl of clear soup, which is also a trademark of Indonesia and Malaysia as well. Pork-flavored soup alongside with noodles, and it's considered comfort food in Kuala Lumpur for most people, so it's quite simple but delicious for those going around. You got to try it, especially towards the evening, where this particular cook, you don't see his face, but at his stall here, he starts cooking at around 6 p.m. So it's really good to get there early to see him in action, making those noodles from scratch.
We can see him tossing the wontons on the right-hand side
right, there you go.
So there you go. That's some action to see while you wait for your food to be served.
It's definitely a food circus out there.
ถูกแล้วค่ะ มาดูเมนูสุดท้ายที่เราจะแนะนำกันในส่วนอาเซียน Around Us ค่ะก็คือหมี่เกี๊ยวนั่นเองค่ะอาหารข้างถนนสุดคลาสสิกของกรุงกัวลาลัมเปอร์นั่นเองนะคะซึ่งก็อาจจะมีความคล้ายกับบะหมี่ของไทยของเรานั่นเองหรือว่าฮ่องกงนะคะแต่ว่าอันนี้อย่างที่เราเห็นในภาพนี้ก็จะมีลีลาในการทำนิดนึงนะคะและในส่วนของเส้นบะหมี่เนี่ยก็จะเป็นเส้นบะหมี่เหลืองที่ทำจากไข่ราดไปด้วยน้ำซอสถั่วเหลืองนะคะแล้วก็เสิร์ฟพร้อมกับหมูแดงผักกวางตุ้งผักชีเกี๊ยวทานกับน้ำซุปกระดูกหมูนั่นเองค่ะก็ถือว่าเป็นอีกหนึ่งเมนูที่ใครที่ได้ไปกัวลาลัมเปอร์ก็ควรจะชิมค่ะ
ใช่ค่ะไปถึงเมื่อไหร่ก็เขาแนะนำให้แวะไปประมาณสัก6 โมงเย็นนะคะเพราะว่าเชฟทางนี้ก็จะเริ่มกิมมิคหรือว่าเริ่มลีลาช่วงเวลานั้นเลยค่ะก็ไปให้ทันนะคะBut with that said, those are our recommendations coming from the Street Food of Asia book by Luke Nguyen for today. Hopefully we'll have more updates for you the following week, but it's time for a short break.
That's right. We'll be back soon for more news updates. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the program. Into ASEAN hot topics now. Let's take a look at what headlines are making the news around our ASEAN community. But we begin first with what's going on in Malaysia's Penang area, having been flooded after incessant pounding of rain on Sunday, leaving a lot of damage in its wake.
That's right. So talking about the rain that occurred, it was rain that was ongoing for more than 24 hours. And we can see that it has created a lot of damage. And not only that, unfortunately, 2 lives have been reported to have been lost during this situation as well, not to include the 2,000 people who have been evacuated, and as well as 80% of the state was hit by this typhoon and heavy rain as well. This occurred around the beginning of the month, November 5th, and damages are still ongoing and trying to be mitigated.
Right, we'll show you some footage coming up soon where a drone had flown over the entire area to see how much damage was suffered in that entire area alone. And the drone footage itself showed a lot of footage shared by local photographers as well as other people joining in to film what's going on there. Of the town itself of Kubang Semang by noon o'clock that time, noon, totally almost partially submerged. And that said, being one of the largest cities in Penang state, that tells you something, that most of the town has been partially submerged. People, you can imagine, trying to get around on boats, trying to flee, evacuate the area and get to safety, as you mentioned, 2,000. And that's about 80% of the state that had been hit by typhoon-like winds, heavy rains, especially during this change of weather. You can imagine lots of areas around that, the Ring of Fire, being affected by such typhoons and monsoons.
That's right. So as we did see a second ago, that the floodwaters were very high, up to 3 to 4 meters, and hundreds of trees were toppled and roads were submerged, and many areas in the city, of course, were paralyzed. So we can see at the moment now people are trying to help people evacuate out of the area. As mentioned, over 2,000 people had to be evacuated, and 80% of the state was hit by this typhoon.
Well, so far, though, the good news is, despite the damage and casualties and fatalities we've seen, there's a lot of effort to mitigate this disaster here. Military forces have been deployed and are still working to help thousands of displaced people in this northern state tackle the issue of the water rising and the floodwater still there. So with that said, hopefully that the water will just, less rain will continue to batter that area. Hopefully disaster will just strike once.
That's right. So of course it is during a period of, we are experiencing a lot of weather changes. Of course, in Thailand we're experiencing cooler weather, but it's also due to typhoons in other locations as well. So this is one of the locations in which is hit by a typhoon, and it's considered one of the, of course, most dangerous typhoons that has occurred.
Right. ค่ะมาดูกันที่ข่าวต่อไปนะคะข่าวจากประเทศมาเลเซียที่รัฐปะนางนั่นเองนะคะหลังจากได้เจอฝนแบบหนักมาก24ชั่วโมงนะคะไม่หยุดเลยนะคะก็นับว่าทั้งหมู่บ้านนี้นะคะก็ถูกกลืนด้วยน้ำไปเลยค่ะ
ถูกต้องค่ะน้ำนี่นะคะสูงถึง 3-4 เมตรเลยทีเดียวนะคะก็ถือว่าเป็นการน้ำท่วมหนักมากเลยล่าสุดนะคะก็มีรายงานว่ามีผู้เสียชีวิตแล้วอย่างน้อย2คนนะคะนอกเหนือจากนี้นะคะก็มีคนอีกประมาณ 2,000 คนที่ต้องอพยพออกจากพื้นที่ต้นไม้นะคะก็หล่นกระจุดกระจายกันเต็มไปหมดเลยแถมไม่พอนะคะพื้นที่ในบริเวณนั้น 80% เนี่ยก็มีผลกระทบจากน้ำท่วมในครั้งนี้
ใช่เขาบอกว่าบางจุดนะคะน้ำท่วมขนาด 3-4 เมตรเลยนะคะหรือไม่งั้นก็ 10-12 ฟุตนั่นเองก็เท่ากับคือคน2คนก็ได้เลยนะคะเนี่ยก็นับว่าสูงมากๆทีนี้ทางกองทหารแล้วก็กองช่วยจัดการปราบปรามความเหตุการณ์ในนี้ค่ะก็มาช่วยกันนะคะเพื่อช่วยคนช่วยกู้ภัยนี่แหละค่ะซึ่งขณะนี้ก็ยังประเมินความเสียหายอยู่ค่ะทุกวันนี้We'll keep you posted on more developments coming from the ASEAN front concerning typhoons. But on a lighter note, still to do with water though, but this time a water festival.
Yes.
On a lighter note, going over to Cambodia to see how locals and the country itself are celebrating of various, you could say, lots of active and colorful activities in the water festival with boat races in front of the royal palace.
That's right. So of course, as mentioned last week on ASEAN Challenge, that several ASEAN countries celebrate a festival similar to our Loi Krathong.
Yes.
So this is their celebration here in Cambodia, and one of the highlights to it, of course, is the boat race in which hundreds of colorful dragon boats will come out and have a boat race, and we will see thousands of people coming out to view this spectacular event. This one took part on November 2nd, in which, of course, their water festival goes on for 3 days from November 2nd to the 4th, and this is an event that occurs every year. A total of 271 boats to be exact.
Right,
were here.
20,000 rowers. So you can imagine they need 3 days at least to finish and allow everyone to participate. But the waters themselves, considering the situation around ASEAN with the weather conditions, were a bit choppy in front of the river, in front of the royal palace, as the 3-day festival itself not only drew people to participate in the event, but drew thousands, hundreds of thousands of spectators as well, joining in and cheering for the teams that mark their provinces in this Tonle Sap annual change of direction.
That's right. But of course, due to the political situation that's going on, of course, there has to be a large security presence at the event. Of course, with 12,000 personnel drafted in for this year's event amid a crackdown on the opposition Cambodia National Rescue Party, or CNRP, which led to the arrest of the party leader Kem Sok on treason charges and a government push to have it dissolved completely. So it still has a little bit of a political side to it, but if we look at it on the beauty and culture, as we can see in the footage here, it's a very nice cultural event to take part in.
Right, with also important figures participating as well, such as King Norodom Sihamoni as well, attending this event. So it's an event that involves a lot of VIPs coming in to take part. But here, this ritual itself has a bit of a history. It recalls Cambodia's history in defeating its enemies using boats. So here they're celebrating boats. So the evening that the competition took place, the monarch came out to light an enormous boat festooned with lights that joined similar boats in its wake along the river, lighting up the night sky with fireworks too. So talking about a beautiful sight, that was it.
That's what you can go and see maybe next year if you would like to see that. Besides the boat race, of course, there's performances, there's fireworks, and there's lots of music, and it's a very nice festive event to take part in.
Everything colorful and everything festive.
ใช่ค่ะมาดูกันในส่วนกัมพูชากันบ้างนะคะในส่วนของงานสีสันหรือว่างานที่เพิ่งผ่านมานะคะงานที่คล้ายๆกับลอยกระทงของบ้านเรานั่นเองนะคะทางกัมพูชาเขาก็ได้จัดการแข่งขันพายเรือในเทศกาลที่เขาเรียกว่าเทศกาลน้ำประจำปีของเขานั่นเองเทศกาลนี้นะคะก็จะจัดขึ้นเป็นเวลา3วันด้วยกันตั้งแต่วันที่2ถึงวันที่10พฤศจิกายนนะคะในทุกๆปีแบบนี้ค่ะเราก็จะเห็นการแข่งขันพายเรือนั่นเองนะคะซึ่งประชาชนจำนวนหมื่นคนเลยทีเดียวก็จะมาดูการแข่งขันในครั้งนี้ก็จะมีจำนวนเรือประมาณ270ลำในปีนี้นะคะได้ออกมาแข่งขันกันแบบนี้ที่เราจะเห็นว่าแบบสีสันสวยงามมาก
ใช่ค่ะคนมากันเป็นหมื่นเป็นพันเลยนะคะพร้อมกับคนที่พายเรือด้วยนะคะนักกีฬานี่ก็มากันเป็นหลายหมื่นด้วยค่ะก็นับว่าเป็นงานที่สำคัญมากที่ทำมาเป็นหลายเจเนอเรชันหลายเจเนอเรชันจริงๆค่ะBut so taking a look at other news, so we take a look on a darker note here, but you wouldn't say darker note, but developing story coming from Myanmar, where Aung San Suu Kyi had gone finally to visit the troubled Rakhine state. Now, Myanmar's de facto leader had visited certain areas hit by the conflict here in the western state of Rakhine, specifically Thursday morning, November 2nd, for the first time since the militants had attacked and the conflicts had emerged. So it was a very highly anticipated welcoming for Aung San Suu Kyi.
That's right. So Suu Kyi, what happened was she boarded a military helicopter and then she went to the Rakhine area, of course, at about 9 a.m. on that Thursday of November 2nd, accompanied by about 20 people, including state officials, military and police officers as well. Now, Suu Kyi had not visited the Rakhine state since assuming power last year after the landslide 2015 election victory.
Right. It was meeting very much long overdue, a trip she needed to make, especially with more than 600,000 members of the stateless group of Rohingya having crossed into Bangladesh as of late since August to escape brutal military crackdowns from Myanmar. But despite the visit, still Myanmar has continued to be stung by a lot of outcries and international criticisms and accusations on their so-called ethnic cleansing, which the country itself rejects. So a move that's been long awaited, and we'll keep you posted on any outcomes from the visit.
ใช่แล้วค่ะมาดูกันในส่วนของข่าวที่เกี่ยวข้องกับชาวโรฮิงญากับรัฐยะไข่ในเมียนมานั่นเองนะคะซึ่งในขณะนี้นะคะนางองซานซูจีผู้นำโดยพฤตินัยของเมียนมาก็ได้เดินทางถึงตอนเหนือของรัฐยะไข่โดยไม่ได้ประกาศแผนล่วงหน้าไว้ก่อนนะคะอันนี้ก็ถือว่าเป็นครั้งแรกที่นางองซานซูจีได้ไปเยี่ยมชาวโรฮิงญาที่รัฐยะไข่ในเวลา2เดือนที่ผ่านมาที่มีเหตุการณ์ที่ร้ายแรงที่เกิดขึ้นในช่วงนั้นค่ะ
ใช่ค่ะแล้วก็เป็นครั้งแรกที่นางอังซังซูชีได้ไปเยี่ยมรัฐยะไข่หลังจากได้ชนะการเลือกตั้งปี 2015 เพราะฉะนั้นเป็นการเยี่ยมที่หลายคนรอคอยมานานแล้วค่ะเราก็จะคอยอัปเดตนะคะว่าจากการเยี่ยมครั้งนี้จะมีข้อสรุปอะไรบ้าง But on to another story on a lighter note this time involving pandas. Of course, we have to go see what's going on in Indonesia and follow the life of a pair of giant pandas trying to adapt to their new life in such a warm climate.
That's right. These two pandas, one male, one female, a pair of pandas called Kai Tao and Hu Shun, are in good condition, of course, in Taman Safari, Indonesia's Panda House, 1 month after arriving in Jakarta. Now, before the opening of the Panda House, they had allowed the media to go and take a look at such cute pandas, of course. Both of them are 4 years old, and as we can see that, 7 years old actually, and we can see that they're very healthy, they're very happy. They did create a habitat in the area to resemble their natural habitat, giving it more of a Chinese traditional look to it on the inside as well.
Right, it took 2 years to construct their building here, their new home, so it's been in the making for quite some time, and the country itself has long awaited their arrival. But the exterior of the house was built toward, as you mentioned, a Chinese traditional style. The inside was a bit of a variety, but altogether you could see how the pandas are carefully and peacefully adjusting to the delight of locals getting to watch them.
That's right. So the Panda House will be open to the public soon, and that will be a sight for everyone to be able to see. You can see them eat, play, sleep, the two pandas that are here, a male giant panda, Kai Tao, was born on August 4, 2010 in the city of Yan in Sichuan province, weighs 127 kilograms. As for the female giant panda Hu Shun, who was born on September 8, 2010, currently weighs 113 kilograms.
Very big beasts, but so cute and cuddly looking. But these guys too, themselves, being symbols of China, you could say. The two pandas arrived in Jakarta, and their arrival earlier made Indonesia the 16th country to collaborate on giant panda research outside of China. Also, pandas, despite their cute cuddliness, are also political symbols as well. So there you go.
ใช่แล้วค่ะมาดูกันในข่าวที่เราเห็นกันในขณะนี้นะคะแพนด้านั่นเองค่ะทางอินโดนีเซียนะคะก็ได้เปิดตัวแพนด้ายักษ์2ตัวนั่นเองที่สวนสัตว์เปิดตามันในเมืองโบโกนอกกรุงจาการ์ตานั่นเองค่ะซึ่งได้มีแพนด้ายักษ์2ตัวก็คือเจ้าไคเถานะคะแพนด้ายักษ์เพศผู้แล้วก็เจ้าหูซุนนะคะแพนด้ายักษ์เพศเมียทั้งคู่เนี่ยก็อายุ7 ขวบทั้งคู่เลยนะคะก็มาอาศัยอยู่ที่สวนสัตว์ของอินโดนีเซียแห่งนี้นะคะซึ่งกำลังจะเปิดให้ประชาชนได้เข้าไปชมความน่ารักของแพนด้า2ตัวนี้กัน
ใช่ค่ะก็เป็นการได้ชมแบบมีความสุขมากๆนะคะสำหรับผู้ชมแล้วก็แพนด้าด้วยเพราะว่าได้ปรับตัวเข้ากับสถานที่ใหม่แบบอย่างสะดวกสบายค่ะ
And with that said, of course, wraps up the news updates for this week. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back soon.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the program and on to the ASEAN calendar. We have a lot of events coming up soon. Let's take a look.
Cambodian Independence Day. When is Cambodian Independence Day? This national holiday is celebrated on the 9th of November each year. If the 9th of November falls on a weekday, the following working day will be a holiday. The holiday was established to celebrate the anniversary of Cambodia's independence from France on the 9th of November 1953 and is Cambodia's national holiday. History of Cambodian Independence Day. The region of Cambodia became an area of influence under the rule of Angkorian era from the 8th century. By the 15th century, the influence of the Khmers waned, and the kingdom was subject to control by the Spanish and Portuguese. With the arrival of the French in 1863, Cambodia became a protectorate of France and a virtual colony by the 20th century. In 1941, the French installed Prince Sihanouk on the Cambodian throne. having sensed that the French influence was affected by World War II. With the support of the Japanese, Sihanouk declared independence from France in March 1945. Following the defeat of Japan, France regained control of the region, but the move had sparked a desire for independence. By July 1953, France had stated that it was ready to grant full independence to Cambodia, and on the 9th of November 1953, full independence was achieved. King Norodom Sihanouk went on to rule Cambodia for the next 15 years before he was overthrown by a military coup. How is Cambodian Independence Day celebrated? Cambodian Independence Day is celebrated with festivals, parades, and firework displays across the country. The main celebrations are held in Phnom Penh, beginning with a formal ceremony at the Independence Monument, which is situated at the junction of the Preah Norodom and Preah Sihanouk boulevards. This is followed by a gala parade featuring colorful floats and marching bands in front of the Royal Palace. In the evening, the Royal Palace and other buildings are illuminated, and a huge fireworks display takes place near the riverbanks of the palace. And those were our ASEAN events to share with you and mark your calendars with this week and beyond. It's time for another short break, but when we come back, more details in our ASEAN interview. Stay tuned.
พักกันสักครู่ค่ะ Welcome back to the program and on to ASEAN interview. Of course, just like every week, we have a very interesting topic for you, so let's check it out.
Hello and Sawadika, this is your host Pama. Welcome back to ASEAN's Challenge Show with yet another interesting, inspiring student all the way from Germany. So without much further ado, let's get started to the inspiring stories to hear from Mr. Daniel. Hello, Mr. Daniel. How are you?
Hello, Sawadee.
Hello, and Sawadika. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine, and you?
I'm good too. Welcome to ASEAN's Challenge interview show. And could you now please tell us more about yourself and your journey all the way from center of Europe, Germany, to Thailand, one of the ASEAN's countries. So could you tell us what made you choose Thailand and why really you chose Rangsit University and about your own self?
Okay, I'm Daniel. I'm 25 years old. I came from Germany, from the city Bamberg, studied there. And I study here at Rangsit University ICT, Information and Communication Technology. And why I choose Rangsit University, it was like, it was 1 year ago in Thailand, just for holidays. And it was a very nice country, I like it. And as well, the Rangsit University was a partner university of my university in Bamberg, and the program was very nice. And that's why I chose the Rangsit University, and so far I not regret it. So.
Wow, so nice to hear your journey all the way from far away, as far as like Germany to Thailand, one of the ASEAN country. So before coming to this ASEAN country, were you aware of Thailand? What particular picture did you have of Thailand as one of the ASEAN's country?
Yes, so far a lot of people very warmly welcome me in this country, and I have very good experience the last weeks, the last 2 months in Thailand. It was quite very different to Germany.
Wow, can expect that.
It started with the weather, with the food. Quite very different, and especially also the people I really like here in Thailand. they're very kind, very friendly to me, and yeah.
Very good to
I
hear.
really appreciate it.
Very good to hear. You had a quite good experience here in Thailand. Now, could you, how about your academic perspective? Which course are you taking again?
I take so far the Japanese language course, a Thai language course, and some ICT course, data structure, and some international marketing course here at the Rangsit University.
Very interesting programs. Yeah. And how is like learning environment different? Is it same with Germany? How is it different here in the educational learning system in one of the ASEAN countries, that is Thailand, and you particularly in Rangsit? So is it learning environment, is it same or different?
It's I would say the learning schedule is quite very different to Germany, because when I study at my home university, we have the subjects, we have a final exam, and the final exam, it counts 100%, so it's all about the final exam. I mean, we also have lectures, we also have exercises, but that doesn't count, it's just the final exam. And here is quite very different, because you have there's a lot of assignments in the subjects, a lot of projects that counts of the grade, and then you have at the end for exam something like 40% of the grade. I mean, that's an advantage. I like that, because it reduces the pressure of the final exam, because in Germany we have this high pressure on the final exam, because even you fail for the whole subject or you pass it, and here you can get quite good results in the assignments and in the projects before the exams actually starts.
I see. So basically you mean to say that the grading system and the way the class manages is quite different. Like in Thailand, it is more towards activities, co-curriculum activities, not just examinations. So do you feel this kind of system is pretty good for the students? In how many ways?
I think it's pretty good, because you have to consider the students. They get to know very early with the subject, so right from the beginning they have to prepare an assignment or something, or a project like that. And it's quite very different to Germany, because so far my experience in Germany, a lot of students they just push the topic away, and then right 2 weeks before the final exam they just get to know with the topic. Not all of them, but a few students of them do like this. I mean, also other students, they get to know with the topic early in the lecture, but a few also just get to know 2 weeks before the final exam. And here's quite different. You have this assignments, these projects, and they learn right from the beginning about the topic, and so then it's not that difficult at the end for the exam, because you already have that input of the whole work before.
Very interesting analysis of the system, two different systems, and it's pretty clear from the way you say that you have picked up quite a lot of new experience and new skills and new learnings. So how are you intending to apply this new knowledge that you picked from this ASEAN country, Thailand, particularly university, when you go back to your country?
I think I will take a lot back to my country. I mean, it's not only the schedule system here at the university or the whole academic environment. It's all about the private life, the culture in Thailand, how I communicate with other people, how it's like something like the food, you get dinner with other people and share this share community. We don't have this strong share community in Germany.
Okay.
And that's only one example. There are a few other examples. I would like to put that input back to my home country and try to teach other people like that culture, how it better works something like that. Yeah.
Okay, nice to hear. Speaking of the culture of Thailand, especially culture being one of the true identity of ASEAN, so I would like to know what is your exact opinion on Thai culture, and also coming from a very different country, like you mentioned, have a different practices and different values of sharing and all. So how do you really feel about this culture?
I think I have very positive impression about that, because something like I would not like complain about the German culture,
okay,
but
okay, we understand.
But it's in Germany all about this so-called complaining mentality. A lot of Germans complain about everything, when the weather is too hot, when the weather is too cold, and here it's more it's that the people are more relaxed with the situation. When something very busy with the traffic, the people are more relaxed, or when it's some raining or very hot weather, the people are more relaxed. I like this mentality, and I really like that.
Pretty interesting, and especially more so the way the culture, Thai culture and ASEAN culture has touched over you. Seems like you have pretty been adapting and pretty like flexible with this culture. So have you noticed yourself changed from the way like you were before after coming here?
Yes, of course. Especially when I mentioned this people, they are more relaxed. I think since I arrived also a bit more
relaxed
in this relaxing, because it's. I mean, here is also busy, especially in Bangkok, same like in Germany. But in Germany you're always. I don't know, that sometimes not that relaxed. You're some on this. I don't know, some in this stressful focus and something like that. It's quite very it's quite very different to Germany.
So pretty interesting to find you have become more relaxed after coming to Thailand, and good to learn that Thai values has got into you. So how about looking at the way you are quite impressed? So what are your future plans? Are you going to stay in Thailand after you finish your studies, or like any plans to come back to Thailand?
My plans so far, I mean, I have 2 semesters here at Rangsit University, so I study 1 full year study abroad, this exchange program. And after that, I first finish my studies at my home university, and after that, maybe I think about that to make internship abroad, even directly after my bachelor studies or in the master studies. And I think Bangkok is quite a good candidate for that internship. I think about it, because so far I really like it, and I mean, I had maybe 2-3 weeks to get to know to know about the transport and something like that. But if you're in that daily life, if you know how to do, then it's quite very good to live here.
I see. So, and do you think this kind of exchange program to ASEAN country all the way from Europe is very helpful for the students? How is it helpful for the students, you feel?
You mean for the exchange students that are here, or to recommend other exchange students? I mean,
how do you think that the students who are taking part in this sort of exchange program, and especially exchange program means a cultural exchange, like you get to learn. So how do you think this benefits students, especially from other countries, when they come to ASEAN country?
The integration of the international colleges was quite very good so far. We also had a few trips out of the university, something like the last trip was to Kanchanaburi, and we made a lot of cultural events. So something like traditional Thai clothes. I had traditional Thai clothes.
That's nice. Yeah.
Or traditional Thai food in something like a kind of jungle. Yeah, and it was very nice, this experience. Yeah.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah.
So speaking of the traditional Thai food and all, how is the food different? Like, are you comfortable with Thai dishes?
Yes, I mean last year I also liked the Thai food, but I was too less time in Thailand to get used to the Thai food, especially the spicy Thai food. But I think after you hear something like 2 weeks or something, you get used to the spicy Thai food. And so far I really like it, spicy Thai food, something like tom yum or something, or somtam. I really like it, yeah.
Very nice, very nice. So looking at the way you share your experience, looks like you are really adapted in Thai culture. You're really like getting well along here in Thailand. So now, do you have any particular suggestions or particular advice that you want to maybe provide for the future prospective learners who are willing to or looking forward to come to ASEAN countries, especially here in Thailand, or to this university?
First, I would recommend, because I did the same, if anybody never been in Thailand before, go to Thailand just for holiday before studies. That would be very helpful to not have that big cultural shock, to get used to maybe to the culture, the food, the people, and something like that, and then start exchange studies here at the university. And as well, I would recommend get the information about the programs, and yes, and get information about the food. Maybe try the food first when on the first trip to Thailand before to come here. To get used to it. Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming for today's talk show, Daniel. It was nice having you here and listening to your journey all the way from Germany to Thailand.
Thanks very much for that interview, and that wraps up ASEAN Challenge this week. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again soon next week. For now, สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ